All right, marketing in recession. What do you do? How do you get through it? And what are we specifically doing? What am I doing? What is my team doing to advise our D2C clients on how to get through this recession? At the time of this video, it is April 2023. And as you all know, the economy is in kind of a place of a lot of disarray. We've had a collapse of a couple banks over the last few weeks. We've had a lot of turmoil with the markets, with crypto, with a lot of the financial institutions overall. And it's causing a lot of uncertainty with the economy and where things are going. Interest rates are above 6%, 6 to 8%. They're continuing to go up. The market is very volatile, which at the end of the day, when the market's volatile, it means that consumers are not spending as much money. Now, the number one thing that we see in D2C ecom is there's an inverse relationship between conversions and consumer confidence. And since September 2022, we saw that consumer confidence has really been hit hard, and that has been affecting overall conversions to site traffic. And the biggest problem that we're seeing now isn't necessarily issues with platforms like Facebook in tracking. What we're seeing now is issues with consumers just not having confidence in the market and not spending as much as they were over the last couple of years. So the way I want to talk about a recession and advise on a recession is think about if you were a captain on a ship, if you were on a sailboat and you were crossing an ocean or going through a big passage and you were approached with a storm. You either saw it coming through the horizon or you got a weather reading on a GPS and it says, this storm is coming. It's going to be terrible. The winds are going to be gale-like. 35, 50 plus knot winds, 8 to 10 foot seas, a lot of swell, a lot of rain, thunder, lightning, right? Think about the worst storm you could be in the ocean. Well, there's two ways you can handle that storm and you could weather through that storm. Option one is you go downstairs, you put the boat on autopilot, you trim your sails down or you put your sails down low, you put a sea anchor out to slow you down a little, and you roll up in a little ball and you start to cry and you get upset and you start weeping. You say, oh, poor me. I'm out in the middle of the ocean in this storm and I don't know how I'm going to get through it. Okay, that's one option on how to handle something like this. Okay, I can tell you that if you get upset being a captain in a storm like that, you're not going to be very successful. There's a big chance that you might not make it. And that's because you're letting your emotions take over. Option two is to get up on the deck, pull out your foul weather gear, and then get ready to weather this storm from the helm. If I were you and I was running an e-commerce business right now during a recession, and this is exactly what I'm telling all of my clients, I'm going to take option number two. Option number two is going to let the emotion set aside. Option number two is going to give you the best bet to get out of this recession we're going into and that we're already technically in right now. Option number two of being the captain that's steering the ship is going to give you the best probability to get through this and actually really take over more market share, because I guarantee you a lot of your competitors will not make it through the next year, 2 or 3 years. They're going to go downstairs. They're going to cry. They're going to get angry. They're going to get upset, and they will not make it through this. We've seen it recession over and over and over. The only way to get through it is to stay strong and control that ship. And these are the things that I highly recommend you do during the recession. Okay. Item number one, you should focus on doing is making more offers. Give people a reason to buy, okay? They don't have as much money as they did before. They don't have as much confidence to spend money as they had before. Give them a reason to buy, okay? No one wakes up in the morning and gets an email or text or sees a Facebook ad or Google ad, whatever it is. No one sees these things and says, oh man, I was ready to buy today. Very few people are in market to buy something at any given time. That's why we have conversion rates of around 2 to 3%. 2 to 3% of your market is actually going to buy off of your website at any given time, okay? So knowing that, let's give our customers, let's give our new prospects, let's give our warm audiences more reasons to buy from us. Let's bundle items together. Let's create compelling offers. Let's give an item away for free. Get crafty with your offers and how you present it to your customers, right? They're going to be happy that you're giving them something. No one's going to be necessarily buying at full price during this time unless you have a very sticky product and you own an industry. Number two is create better support and better experiences for your customers. When you think about the reason people buy online versus in store, it's a better experience. So when someone contacts you through customer support, make sure that your customer delight is up to par. Make sure your customer service representatives are there, they're attentive, they are giving support across the board, across social, across email support, across all the channels. Treat your customers with respect, give them a really good experience. One thing that you can be doing is if you're not using a support platform, I highly recommend you implement it. Gorgeous is one of my favorites. It's the best one for D2C e-com in the Shopify ecosystem at the moment, but really build a better experience than your competitors, build a better experience than your customers are going to get if they go into a store. That's going to be super helpful. Next item we're going to talk about is staying lean, okay? I can't tell you how many times I hear D2C brands that are doing sub $1 million a year or a couple million a year that are like, oh my God, I need more space. I'm going to go sign a big lease. I'm going to go hire all these people. Okay. You want to stay lean as much as possible. You can be running a multiple 8-figure business with very few people on staff in virtually no warehouse or potentially even office. Leverage 3PLs, leverage a small lean team, focus on incentivizing your team based on performance, and also leverage contractors and agencies. Now, I hear it time and time again, there's this constant struggle, agency versus in-house for things. And I'll tell you, there's no direct, perfect answer for that. I think it all depends on where you're at in the life cycle of your business. But one thing I can tell you is if I was running a business, I would want to know that my costs are fixed. And I'd also like to know what's the ROI directly that I'm getting off of this one thing. So for instance, when clients start working with us at Breadloaf, we have a base retainer and a performance bonus for ongoing marketing. The reason we have a performance bonus is because we're incentivized to scale the business time and time, month over month, and compensation is directly attributed to revenue. So our clients can see directly what's the ROI off of the work and the services that we're rendering and taking care of every single month. And 9 out of 10 times, it's going to be cheaper to work with us on the retention side than it is going to be to hire a full retention team internally. So right there, whether it's an agency, whether it's a contractor, whether it's in-house team, make sure you keep your costs down during this time and stay as lean as possible. Leverage vendors, leverage contractors to help support your business because your costs are going to stay more fixed than if you have full-time resources. Next thing is double down on paid advertising right now. We see it during every recession. Most brands stop advertising, and this actually causes the cost of ads to go down. So the more you can focus on actually doubling down and growing your business during this time, 1, you're going to get cheaper ads. 2, you're going to get more attention from prospects out there. And 3, as a lot of these competitors start to hibernate and lean down, you're going to double down on taking advantage of all that cheaper media out there to acquire new customers. And as long as you keep on delivering on amazing product, you keep on delivering on a good experience, your business is going to grow during this time. The next thing we're going to talk about is profit first. Run a physically conservative business. Focus on profit, okay? I want you to look at your P&L trailing past 7 days, past 30 days, understanding what's your CAC, what's your ROAS, what's your MER. Start keeping some very direct KPIs that you're looking at weekly, and also make it a priority to look at your bank account daily. I think this is a big paradigm and shift that needs to occur with brands in general. Everyone's so focused on how many new followers do I have or what's happening on my social media instead of how much money's in their physical bank account every day. Check your bank account first thing in the morning instead of how many new followers you have on your account or what's happening on that. And I guarantee you it's going to motivate you to work harder and to grow your business and actually understand what's your rolling 7-day, 30-day, 60-day cash flow basis. Focus on profit first, and I guarantee it'll help you. And then the last thing is negotiating better terms, okay? I can pretty much guarantee that you probably do not produce your own goods. And if you do produce your own goods, you're probably getting raw materials and things from other suppliers. But most D2C brands are using contract manufacturers, other manufacturing facilities to manufacture. Take advantage of this time to negotiate better terms with your vendors and your suppliers on the product side. The more you can develop better terms with your suppliers, you might have net 15, net 30, potentially even COD terms right now. Try to get net 60, try to get net 90. Guarantee you these companies that are manufacturing, even abroad, they're afraid to lose business during this time. They might be losing clients due to the recession. Go to them to renegotiate your terms. I guarantee you this will be helpful when it comes to running the profit first business and also having more cash to reinvest in ads during this time. I know this stuff can seem boring at times, but I guarantee you if you listen to a couple of these things, it's going to have a massive impact on how you grow your business and how you get through the next couple months to potentially next couple years with this recession we're going into. So if you like this video, let me know in the comments. I would love your feedback and also get to know a little bit more about what you guys care about. And if you want my help or my team's help with auditing and going through your own D2C brand, seeing where you guys are at, where's there opportunities during a recession, I'd be happy to do a free brand audit for you. I'll have a link to that in the show notes so you can go through that and schedule and book a call with me directly. So anyways, I hope you guys all enjoyed this and I will talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.